Hello everyone, welcome to the ESL Challenger Cup from the Pro League. Of course, we're finding out today who's going to go to Pro League for the EU. We've got three teams, three spots that will be decided today. So we're looking forward to seeing who's going to be coming back into the Pro League and potentially some new faces as well. Today I have with me Mr. Chronic Gamer. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm fantastic. It's been a while.
Yeah, welcome back, man. Good to see you. Really happy to be casting with you today. So, we are going to jump in.
You say that now.
I say that now, indeed. We're going to jump into our first game. Just going to have a quick look at the brackets as you can see them. So, we've got a round of 16, but we actually have a double elimination today. So, two teams will go in. You can see at the winner bracket finals there, those two teams will go through. They won't play each other. And then we're going to have the winner of the loser bracket, who would normally come up, that's going to actually go into the Pro League as well. So we're going to jump into our first game. We're actually going to take Purple Noise versus Mango Trance. We're going to jump in there straight away because today things are moving quite quickly. Okay, we are back in game and we are going to get started with the first map. Of course, it's going to be Forest Fire. Then, of course, it's going to be Temple. It's not going to be Kylo. Not going to be your typical kind of thing today. This is the way it's going because Temple is in our main rotation at the moment. Obviously, seeing it in the Pro League finals as well. Good to see. I'm just going to have a quick look at Purple Noise. We've got Badaka here, who's going to be playing in Spite in the line, of course, with Soul Reaping and obviously Reaper as well. Going for Mercenary Rune with that Rune of Nightmare. Obviously going for Staff Scepter and Warhorns. Obviously Scepter converting those boons into conditions now as well. And yeah, lots of Condi coming out. Necro very powerful at the moment, of course. In Guild Wars 2 PvP after all the changes that came about. We didn't get to see that in most of Pro League Season 1. Of course, we saw it in the finals. Going to go through this very quickly. Cole Summers is going to be going for Mendes, Ranger, Druid here. He's going to be, of course, going for Search and Rescue. Very, very powerful with Nature Magic. Also Beast Mastery and also Druid. And he's going to be going for Viper. He's going to be going for Power Revenant here as well. He's going to be going for the Strength Rune. Typical build there. As we go over to Honey, who's playing Dagger Focus Ellie with the main support. And Carver playing the engineer build, of course, as well, but going for Elixir C, going for that kind of Condi removal. So, Nick, what's going on the map?
We basically had three people meeting in the middle, just out of the side gates, but no real aggression there. One team stealth, one wasn't. Purple Noise decided to not go for the aggression there, so we're going to see fairly normal splits. 1v1 going on over on the Hench. On the mine, we have a 2v2 and same deal over on the Keep.
Yeah, people moving out at the moment. Yeah, 2v2, they're being a bit patient here, actually. I'm just going to go into the wide angle just to give you a little bit of a view onto that. But Lord Ishii is going to have a little bit of an issue here as he comes up against those blue team members. Just moving back, Shot's going to be able to defend him quite well. We've got the Elementalist in this 2v2, actually, and really you'd give it to them unless Cole and Viper can get off a lot of damage. They're singling him out. Lord Ishii needs to get back to Shot, actually, very, very quickly here to make sure he's going to survive. And normally you give the 2v2 to the Ellie because he can support and heal there, but now Ishii, not able to get much damage off.
The sustain here just looks ridiculous. Cole Summers just standing there, keeping him up. We see no rotation thus far, so it's just going to play out as the standard 2v2.
Look at Carver.
Damage on the sides. Well, they're still able to get up.
Look at Carver, Nick, on the other side of the map. He's actually struggling versus the Mesmer, the Condi Mesmer at the moment. But Kida, very low over towards this side of the map over on the mine. He's going to go into downstate. Can Paname come in for the res? He's getting close, but he only gets on to about 75 HP before he goes down in the end. We do see Lord Ishii going down over on the midpoint as well. And obviously 1v1 between these two guys is going to be going on forever. But the Ranger now can come over and +1. That's Cole Summers, and he can come over to back him up. Paname now is in a 1v2. He's going to try and have to hold this for a while. Maybe a disengage would have been better so that they can regroup, Nick. I'm not sure.
He's not going to get out of this, but this is the close point of the red team, meaning the respawn is coming. That's what he's playing for right now. Kida coming in, gotta fear first, but Paname still alive now, getting the support from his teammates. 3v2, managing to push them off the point at least. A bit of a more structured approach to the team fight now again, that they're not trying to just completely dumpster down on Paname.
Yeah, Paname is probably going to go down, actually. Ishii's going to have to watch out for this. Oh, look at the heals that come out. Using the Revenant heal, of course. He gets damaged. Actually gets healed up there. But a little bit of a mistake by Purple Noise there to keep the damage up. And actually, Paname does a fantastic job not only holding the point, but getting away. Although Carver is chasing him for the kill here. Is Carver going to be able to pick up a lot of damage on him? Looks like he might be able to. He's got full HP. He's got no worries about him going on to him. But Paname needs to just evade there. with Unrelenting Assault and does well to get back into staff and just make sure he blocks some of those projectiles and incoming damage. Good job from him, actually.
A Revenant under pressure is just always banking on that last 5 HP, and then they suddenly turn it up.
That's going to be important in the end. But look, we got the Mower on Cole Summer down over towards the keep. No support coming in for him. Viper needs to get down there as well and support him, but he gets back into Celestial Avatar and he's okay. And Carver isn't there to bring him out of it, actually, with the Mower. So, actually, we see the 2-cap.
How did they give up the cap on the midpoint there?
Good job. Well, I mean, they were going for the damage.
They had them going through after the respawn on the mine, so that's in their hand now. Mid one, they wanted to go for the damage, but that backfired.
But look, Badaka goes down. Look, Honey's going for the res here. She can really get it. No, they get it down on Badaka as well. Badaka is out. This is really, really strong from the red team at the moment. Mango Trance could call an upset in the first game, and Honey is really low. She goes into drowned state, and that's going to be the 2-cap solidified. Are they going to push far, though? They don't want to go for this.
No, they don't want to go for
it.
They don't want to go for the far. They want to keep Honey down now and then just completely switch the focus to Cole Summers, because if they get Cole Summers out of it, then we have a complete
look on the other side, Nick.
For the next team fight.
Look at the other side of the map. But they've actually lost Paname over towards that henge node as well. So it's still not looking too good for the red team. We've got one kill apiece though.
They're playing defensive.
Elementalist,
playing defensive now.
Good idea.
They're letting the blue. I'm actually not sure. They maybe could have completely focused on Summers and get a follow-up kill. They're now kind of poking him. But we have the red team now allowing the blue team to a complete reset on the situation and kind of a new engage on their terms. And that looks like a bit of a split. We just have a line here that draws through with a very, very split up.
Look at Nishi's in trouble, but Panane comes for the res. He should be able to get this. Oh, nice job from him. Really making sure the communication's there. Good job. I know it's a res, but hey-ho. But Viper now, they might have turned this back round onto him and be able to take him out. He's got his heal. They actually used his heal already, and we can see Crystalline Hibernation come out. They could get the potential kill down onto Viper unless they're very, very careful. But look at Lord Ishii on the other side. He goes into down state. Viper gets back up to HP. Star 5 comes out from the Revenant. That's a good block to make sure they don't get the res on him. But look, red team still got the 2-cap here. This is quite strong from the team of Mango Trance, but now they're losing members. Paname is now down to about half HP himself. Even before I've been able to stop saying that, he does get his heal off though, and he's going to be okay for now. He needs to try and do that job he did before of just disengaging there, actually.
Yeah, he is disengaging. He's being chased. Oh, in a bit of trouble here again. Those magical 5%. Can he keep on sustaining that? A bit of a juke there. Leaving Viper in the dust behind him. But maybe there's a respawn on the side. No one coming to help him. They're very focused on the point there. No respawn coming in. That's going to be a stomp on Paname. And now they're going to have a bit of an issue in the 3v2 over on that mine, which was already decapped. 1v1 on mid, Cole Summers, Keita, that could go on for a while. But we have Carver. I mean, Carver and Zyron going at it for quite a while, and that's all pretty much for the duration of that fight been the decap, with the Mesmer going on there in the chaos.
Is she down?
Directly after the re-engage of the blue team.
Yeah, exactly. Shock has to come in for the rest. They're not able to get it in the end, unfortunately. But yeah, good points made there, Nick. Unfortunately, over there, Carver, yeah, like, he's just got to keep it in that 1v1. He can't win it. But he just needs to keep it contested, keep it pulling him off the point like he's doing now. He's actually going to die there as well if he's not careful, but he's doing a fantastic job of line of sight. Shot goes down as well. I don't think we're going to see any saviour coming out from Paname, who's, if he's going to 1v2 and try and get the res, that's going to be a mistake. And he's going to have to do what he did before. And look, we are going to see Ishii coming. At least, this is their close point, which is what he was saying before. And still the red team are able to get this lead. They're still getting the lead, even though Purple Noise are getting the kills. They're not getting any cap points. They've not got anything on the board at the moment. They haven't scored for a good 4 or 5 minutes yet.
Oh, and the knock-off there from Viper, pushing Ishii off the point and gaining that cap finally. After quite the extensive battle along those lines, now we can finally see them moving out a bit. 2 people standing behind right now because we still have Ishii with the aggression there. Are you sure you want to do that? Well, okay, he was almost dead and no help was coming. Paname, even after the respawn, ignoring that point potentially, but
yeah, it just was a quick +1 on Carver. Yeah. Nice slick shoes actually to make sure he was going to avoid some of that. Maybe red team should just stick someone on the node, and just get the cap here. Midpoint looks like this should be okay as well. Keita and the Elementalist, this matchup for them, if they do get blue team members coming over, is going to be okay. They're disengaging, knowing that that's too tanky for them. Elementalist though is stuck on mid. Engie should have stayed really in that 1v1 between the Ranger and himself, because, you know, otherwise, if we can see the Elementalist, where are we going to see Honey at the moment? Actually, she's guarding mine. So we've got no Elementalist for either team over here on this side of the map on Henge. So this is actually going to be a really interesting fight.
The Henge team fight is going to be an interesting one, because even Cole Summers, the second support of the blue team, is going to be in the mid fight. So let's see people explode.
Yeah, Paneme's going to go down. Can Keita help out here? He's got Morofro. Is he going to go for it? No, he can't. He does go for it in the end, but it's not enough, unfortunately, to get that. But they get the cap. They've got the 2 cap. Red team have the double cap at the moment. Carver is he's going to drop quite low here, actually, I fear for himself.
Yeah, but with the first down, even if they can sustain it for a while, the 3-man pressure there on those 2 people is just going to be a bit too much. And this is the far point, although we have a good rotation. We have Zyron leaving off from the close node, the mine, in that 1v1, and swapping out with the Elementalist on mid. So now the support is coming out to the Henge node, and the respawn will make it a 2v1 for the red team on the midpoint to clear up Cole Summers.
Yeah, they need to be careful here, Purple Noise, because I think they've forgotten about the flipping timer at the moment. If red team keep sticking people on nodes, they're just going to get the cap points faster than, you know, the fights aren't ending that quickly. They're not wiping them out. They're not getting the decap. They've got 1 tick left. Keita dodges off node, but he needs to survive. He's got his heal up, but he's not going to be able to use it here. Doesn't get a lot of the blast off. He's got poison on him as well. Regeneration is not great for him on that node. Panema gets over towards mid to make sure that point's capped in his favor as well. And now Zyron really caught out of position there, unfortunately. Did have to get away, but now he's going to get the res. Good job. And it looks like we're going to see the members get back onto this midpoint and just solidify it. But now we've got no caps coming in for red team. Should be comeback here for Purple Noise.
It was a strange situation. We had a double cap and a decap coming out for the red team. But still, in the team fights, we had the pressure. We had the matchups on the side of Purple Noise, and the pressure...
Nick, we're losing HP. Look at Lord Ishii. He's going to go down here, unfortunately. Is Shot going to help him out? He's going to stay up to actually just get rid of the conditions, or they're going to go for the res. Ishii's not going to be able to get up in the end, unfortunately. And look, we need some decaps coming out from the red team here. If they spread it out to the sides, Keita does a good job of getting the decap there, fairly obvious. And now red team just poking mid. Shot's just going to try and tank around here. Blue team desperate to get this kill. 1 cap still, 4 minutes 50. Just need decaps from red team at the moment.
Even with a 150-point lead they had earlier, it was still a feeling like the red team were the ones supposed to make the move, to solidify the game. And now we just have the constant pressure from Purple Noise coming out that brings them the 2 cap, 1 neutral. We have pretty much the turned around situation from before, even with the sides here.
Look at Colo over towards the mine. Gets mowed as well. That's a good job. He's going to go into downstate, falls down. Is anyone going to be there to try and get him? Viper's going to come down, try and get the res here as well. Gets up to about 50. No, he doesn't want any of that. And mine looks like it's going to go towards the red team here. They need to get back on point. They need the cap in their favor as soon as possible. And Viper's down. Now they need to try and +1 as well, but they've still got cap. The point engineers. Keita is going to move to midpoint now as well to equal up things there, because we've got the 2v1 happening with Badaka quite low HP. So if we can get the damage down onto him, it'd be good to actually get that kill. Potentially we could see Mango Trance, which is just interesting.
This is pretty good. We have Shut moving out, leaving the team fight on the Henge quite a way, quite a way before the rest, although Cole Summers is catching up, so we're pretty much going to have
this is good
from both sides.
This is what we had before, Nick. You know, Zyron was 1v1 versus Carver, and Carver couldn't stay on node, so this is actually really good for the red team here, because they can team fight over on the midpoint without Carver there to give his utility. But Panema is going to pull people over towards that point. Actually, maybe he's just running away at the moment, to be honest.
Actually, Carver was quite successful in staying on point.
He's doing all right.
Earlier, he started the team fight on a neutral.
He
didn't give up the point. He started on a neutral and then played it really ridiculously well, considering the matchup there.
Badako is low HP over towards the other side of the map. He's Moa formed as well. He's going to go down here. Surely, if the red team can get this kill, that's going to be a good way for them to come back into the map. Red team do get back over towards the mine to make sure that's going to be okay. Oh no, search and rescue from Cole Summers. Cole Summers does a nice look at that search and rescue position. That was such a great place for Cole Summers. I know that play sometimes, on this map especially, is difficult to get off. But that position, Nick, they had to get up there. That could literally have won them the game as well, keeping them still up. It
was a great charge for them, although the portal could be it. The portal play coming out against a team that chooses not to run a Mesmer for all the courts.
Oh, Karma's
Mora coming out on Carver. He's gonna be off point. That's a neutral first. They're getting the down. We have the reinforcements coming from the side, but Honey actually deciding, no, I want none of that.
This game is ridiculously close, Nick.
This as a move to push over to the next point. However, the side note is the one they could probably use a bit of reinforcement on. They need to walk all across the map.
They go for kills on boss. Oh, this feels like a mistake. No, they get it. They get the 25 points, but that's not going to be enough. They get the kill on Kida. No one's on point, though. No one's actually on node because we've seen Shock coming over. He's going to tank the node. They're going to still be that many points ahead. Are we going to see them move to mid? They don't want to do that. Elementalist as Honey moves over towards the mine node. It might be good time for them to just double up and get the kill and the decap because they might be able to win this first game. Shot is very low HP. He goes into downstate. He's still on the side of the node. Can Kida get there in time to make sure? Oh, he missed forms. Is he vapor form? Sorry. One tick away. Oh, look, Kida's there as well. He's going to keep the point contested. We've only got 1 minute 30 seconds left, Nick. Still with a boss on the side. Mid could be decapped here if they're not careful. Cole Summers and Honey, though, that's not a good fight for Red.
Red is playing such a
they lose mine.
Ridiculously dangerous game here. They are splitting themselves up. They're
going to lose Henge
on the sides and trying. And we have the double cap coming out, losing Henge. That's almost going to be the triple cap if they don't contest. And I almost want to say that the creature run there was the mistake that kind of put the nail into the coffin.
Yeah, too slow. And I feel like Blue are going to get this boss as well because they've got more members there actually. Unless Red team are able to get it, they get it. Yeah, That's insult to injury right there. End of the game for Red. Couple of mistakes which really cost them the game. I mean, the thing is, Purple Noise came back into that ridiculously well in terms of the kills they were getting. But now they need all decap everywhere. They need all the things, and they can't do that at the moment. And that's unfortunate for Mango Trance because that was a really tight game up to the last minute, actually, as well. So kind of happy we picked this series, actually.
Yeah, I have to agree. And we've still got at least one game to go. Maybe we can see them equaling it up in the second one. I really got to say that one move, that one creature was a curious choice. Maybe they felt they were in a situation where they could outlast it towards the clock. We have 16 seconds still on the clock before Purple Noise made it to the 500 points. But I think they went into, hey, we just got to save this somehow a bit too quick into that mode. Just the mental switch flipped over into sustain mode, and then instead of using the advantage they procured themselves with a portal play on Henge and pushing that over either to the still capped Henge point, even though that's a bit still capped mine point, even though that's a bit far away, or just chasing Honey, who was a bit out of position in, and then move it over to a keep fight. They had at least outnumbered for the first couple of seconds. Moving for a creature and trying to outlast with still 2 minutes on the clock, maybe a bit of a curious choice.
Okay, Purple Noise picked up their first game onto Forest, of course. I'm just going to run through the red team builds. So we're going to start with Zyron first on the team of Mango Trance.
Or we're not.
Very quickly. Oh, no, we're not. We're not, apparently. We're not.
No, we're not.
Oh, good lord. Zyron is going to be playing Mesmer. We saw him in the first game. Condi Mesmer. Shots obviously playing Dagger Focus. Big difference here. Abjured picked the powerful aura, and it didn't work for them. And they're still going with it as well. Very surprised since we've got conditions coming out from the other team. Obviously, meta build coming out from the engineer. Interesting that Carver is going for the elixir. It does remove conditions. Spike Necro coming out from Lord Ishii. And then Paname is going for the Revenant as well. But I think he's going Retribution. Yeah, Retribution Invocation there with Marauders because he can. And Nick, how's it going on the map?
Well, we have a pretty standard split coming up. 2v2s. 2 and 1 1v1 over on the waterfall, but we had a little bit of a spotlight on that matchup in the last game, Carver versus Zyron.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's happening again, and that's good at the start for that team. So we need to watch out for what's going on over there at different points in time. Maybe you'll get the cap there in the end, but waterfall obviously a good place for the decap. Lord Ishii is having some problems. Yeah, Kida trying to come out here to heal as well. Badaka and Honey versus the Elementalist. That's not a great combination. Every single time we see an Elementalist in that 2v2, we normally see them getting the loss there in terms of the 2v2. They've not got the support. Now Kida goes into the Elixir X form there, gets Rampage thankfully, so he can actually get out of that. But that's not good 2v2 for the red team, surely.
Well, but I would actually think that even if they're fairly quick on the push towards the midpoint, that that Mango, what was it? I need to remember. Mango Trounce is going to be able to sustain that midpoint for quite a while. The pressure not really there. The matchup, the combination of the three classes there is decent to have a bit of sustain, and we have Lord Ishii even coming in already into that fight.
Look at Zyron
4 coming up. Who's going to split up?
I don't know, but someone needs to get over to help Zyron here, because otherwise he's in a world of pain. Carver gets him down to quite low HP. Paname comes over as well. Nice slick shoes onto Zyron. It could force him, actually. Paname now coming in as well is going to force Carver back. But that's going to be interesting, because I think Carver might be able to get a little bit of extra damage on Zyron here. Zyron doesn't need to be on point. Why is he on node? You've got Honey coming over for the support as well. This rotational play at the moment from Purple Noise is a lot better than what's coming out from this red team at the moment. It looks like Ishii might get back up here as well. We've shot there in defense in that team fight. That's really, really good. But the thing is, they're holding the midpoint really, really well, but they're not able to get anything on the sides, because the Elementalist Honey is just rotating into those fights quite well. Oh, Viper!
Doesn't really look like we're gonna have any quick rotation action, but rather the
Viper!
force into the team fight.
Such
Viper manages to easily get out of that with a support of Honey coming in from the side. Honey, of course, left again on the mine node, so we have a different 1v1 going on there. But the pressure, just turning it around on Zyron. He uses the portal actually to quickly get out of that fight, and now maybe a quick +1 on the waterfall. We have them all coming up, but Carver with the line of sight on that waterfall point is of course a brilliant.
Yeah, but more on him. That's not going to help. Oh, he gets the heal off. Oh, and he gets the evade with rocket charge as well, and he's back up to full HP, and Honey's there for the defense. Look at that. Good job. Again, the fine rotations coming out from Purple Noise. Good heals coming out for the red team as well in different areas of the map. Paname goes off node. He's doing a fantastic job really keeping red team in this game sometimes as well. As we go back over to midpoint, Corey's just going to be switched over here as well, as Viper looks like he's going for the deep cap, but Kida does actually follow him as well. Over on the midpoint, though, we're having a couple of problems. Ishii might go down, actually. And this is very careful. He needs to just get off node or get closer to Shot here, but Shot can't help him in the end. Not enough. Unfortunately, looks like he's going to be downstated as well. No, interrupt comes out. That's fair. Good job. Is he going to get him out? Oh, it's so close. Oh, my God. That was so close. But Ishii's...
But look at the pressure immediately on him again. They were with the condition stacking on the corpse. That, of course, hurts a bit when you stand up as well. Now 3 people from the red team coming in, trying to switch the focus onto Cole Summer, but Honey from the side coming in, and I don't see that going anywhere. No. If anything, that's going to put Lord Ishii in a position where he might be a bit too aggressive for his own sake.
Look at Kida as well on the other side of the map. He's almost about to go down. In fact, almost did, and Ishii goes down as well. And this isn't going to be a great fight. Paname's still over on the other side of the map as well. He's been really helping these guys in different situations, and now Shot is in a 1v2. And Honey doesn't need to be here, really. She could go over towards this fight, but Kida, actually very low HP himself, does a good job, just regenerating there. Can see he's actually gone for the... He's actually going for the stability, as far as I can see, actually, on Gyro. Sorry to bring that up. He has indeed gone for adaptive armor instead of stability off Gyro, obviously. But he is going to go for the Gyro anyway. Ball work there, of course. Very slow game at the moment, Nick.
Well, decent
no
slow. We have a kill on Shot. We have people now...
Rez. Good job.
Oh, how did he get that? Okay.
Zyron's a boss, portal. Apparently. And the ball.
We had the portal coming out. Okay. That of course makes sense. Paname on the waterfall, however, is in a little bit of trouble. And also the 1v1s right now do not seem to go into the favor of Mango Trance there.
Yeah, he goes down as well in the end. Unfortunately, Lord Ishii as well on the other side of the map. That's 2 kills for those guys. They're really screwed on this map at the moment. And actually, Zyron just goes back over to the node on the quarry. He's just going to dip in and out kind of like Carver was on Forest, actually, as well. The downstate coming out towards Waterfall. We're going to see them pick up that point. Now Zyron, low HP, of course, he's in this 1v2, he was in the 1v2, sorry, he's in the 1v1 now, and now mid just wants to be wrecked by Purple Noise as they come in for the 3v2. She Shot and Kida actually survived quite well here, like Carver's coming in. No, Shot is just down off point there. Zyron drops as well, almost very low there. As we see some bursts coming out. Must be out from the pet there, Nick, as well. And now Shot down over towards the midpoint, unfortunately for himself. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get the res here. And they will lose a free cap. We're going to see the points stack in the favour of Purple Noise now.
And a very, very slow game might just now be picking up pace. Also, maybe a follow-up kill on Zyron there. But Darker with the chase gets the chill off. And now we're going to have him in downside. No one in a position to even try and attempt a rest. I don't know what Kia is doing in that fight right now. He should have just removed this.
Yeah.
This in total seemed like a situation where you might want to just disengage. Just disengage or try and force a quick push on maybe the waterfall, which might be something. Still occupying on the mid now. Maybe I see a plan here. Kita's occupying people on the midpoint while we have the red team pushing into the waterfall. And blue a bit too slow to react here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is probably going to be one of their last ditch efforts. I mean, we've got 8 minutes left in the game, but this is the map of Snowball, if anything, you know. And they're actually engaging mid as well. They're engaging on all nodes, all nodes there. Kid's gone into 1v1 with versus Cole Summers. I'm not sure about that. He can win that in the end, but it's very difficult, especially versus Cole Summers. Jesus. Going to go into a 1v1 versus anyone as a ranger. I don't want it to be him being one of the best druid ranger players on the EU. Badaka does go down midpoint though. I can see a res coming out, but look, because they've kicked Cole Summer out of the fight, there's no search and rescue, and that's really, really good job from the red team actually. Good pick up there.
But maybe Zyron as well. No, they're actually going to push them over. They're going to push them onto the stairs, and actually Panami just moving through to the waterfall.
They get Honey down as well. Good job with the mower. They need to push Carver fast. They need to get these kills. They need to keep piling them in. This is their comeback rush, but they're not doing great out of it. We've still got the free cap coming up for these guys. And they're able to hold the map as it is. Of course, Snowball map, but this map probably the easiest to keep nodes in your favor while you're trying to respawn. And if they can hold it...
follow-up of these kills. Honey down and immediately. Viper didn't even go for the rest. They
need to
just
keep
kept the pressure on them. They need to find the next one. They need to keep the pressure going. Otherwise, this is just going to be a purple game, Panami. After the side map, Badaka not going to be fast enough to do anything against that decap. Do we still have pressure on mid? Now, Carver actually seems pretty damn fine against 2 people, or maybe he's going to run out of cooldown.
He has soon. Now. He's got Invis on Stealth Gyro, get the Elixir S proc there, but as soon as he comes out of that, he's going to be wiped, surely. Honey comes in with nice defense. Oh, healing turret there as well. Honey stays on node, Carver can go off point, and now we can see him come back into the fight on nearly full HP as we go back into Lord Ishii here. And now they're focusing hard on Honey. Look at the conditions coming in on her. There's no way Carver can go for the res if she goes into downstate here, but they've just switched their focus onto Carver. They need to make up their mind. That's good off point def there, but they're still at the midpoint, racking in the caps there. We did see the decap coming out for the quarry actually. Kita doing a fantastic job over there, of course. Can't remember if we saw a +1 there, but look, Paname is 1v2 here currently and no one's backing him up, but they want to make sure they get the wipe at mid maybe, but red team being a bit slow to move out here.
No, they're actually going to pick up the mid cap, and I think Shut moving over to the side might actually be a mistake. He might just go over to a dead Paname. Yeah, and he's actually turning around again. And this slight rotation we had, that could have been more aggression towards the quarry node. They could have maybe kept the momentum going. This way they didn't catch.
Do you mean towards Waterfall or quarry?
Quarry.
Okay.
Waterfall was a lost cause.
Yeah, but I meant earlier. Like, even earlier, Nick. Like, they could have just helped him out. Like, when they started getting those kills and they had mid decap. Like, Panay was left in the wind, a Revenant versus, you know, Mesmer, and that's just a horrible combination. Like, he can get out of that, but you're right.
Well, sure, but that was mostly just a setup for the play on the quarry and the midpoint. At least it felt like it should be, but then they didn't do it.
Oh, Shot has to go off node.
It felt like it was just a distraction.
I feel like Shot should have just stayed there now on the midpoint, to be honest. Like, he was going to die anyway.
Oh, do we have a disconnect?
I think they know that the game might be over at this point as well. You know, the comeback is not going to happen. They've got to disconnect as well.
They had such a good situation there. They had a situation they didn't really take advantage of. The early game was really completely in shambles because we saw the strategy that worked at least decently to a degree in the first map. It was just finding the good 1v1 matchups on the side, and then once one of those 1v1 sways into a direction, making the move in the big team fight. But on this map, in the early game, they just got completely destroyed in the 1v1s. The 1v1s fell apart, and then they just had to always move out and just alleviate the pressure from the big team fight. So they were just on their back heel.
And it wasn't even just 1v1s, it was 2v2s as well. Like that Quarry 2v2 right at the start of the game, you know. They had the Elementalists, like Purple Noise had the Honey in the 2v2. And then she runs all the way to the other side. I think that was the beginning of the game, or that might have been later on, but she was rotating. Okay, right. So, you know, she's been moving into the best combination fights. Carver now going for the boss. Once this over and done with, so they can get into the finals. No interrupt coming out, but he's got some poison on there. They will get this boss kill pretty short, and they will end this series. And looks like Mango Trance, doesn't look like it's happened. Mango Trance out of this series, out of this Challenger Cup. And that's them done and dusted. Purple Noise looking for the reintroduction into the Pro League.
Two things that could have happened here. Either we saw a Purple Noise that got warmed up, or we saw Mango Trance just crumbling under the pressure of the first comeback.
True. Crazy first game though, but that's faux fire. Yeah. That's faux fire for you, man. Snowball map of Snowball, like that map, like 10 minutes in, we didn't even have 100 points for each team. Then it just snowballed into their favour.
Someone flips the switch, and then it's all over.
Okay, we are busy. We are going to potentially, we've got Celtic Contingency versus Purple Noise coming up in the future. That could actually be two relegated teams going versus each other. We're going to go, we can actually try and get into our next game, next series here. Things are holding up for these teams, of course. Unfortunately, Megatron's going to be relegated out of this Challenger Cup. It looks like we're going to have to try and see them next season for Pro League. Otherwise, we're going to drop into the next game. Welcome back, everyone. We have Orange Logo versus ASDF. ASDF are on the red team, Orange Logo on the blue team. You see a couple of differences here in terms of lineup. ASDF actually have a player from Team Aggression, Sable. Actually played versus this guy in Rift PvP back in the day, man.
Really?
Yeah, I've always known Sable. Not really known each other too well, but he played for Red Guard in World v World, Team Aggression in World v World as well. And Team Aggression didn't qualify or didn't make it in time to qualify, so a couple of Team Aggression guys split up. So actually, it's quite a good game to go to from Mango Trance to here, because Mango Trance had two members, Ishii and what's his name? Ishii and Shot were from Team Aggression as well. So Sable's gone into ASDF here. You know, ASDF, we remember ASDF. We also remember Zuik, who was in More Guns Than Roses. So this is one of the favourites.
And one more thing. I would assume that Sling is probably Slinger, right?
I'm assuming so, yes.
I would say so. So we also, in this match, have going on brother rivalry.
Yeah, indeed. Family rivalry right there. Oh, interesting. Loads of interesting stuff in
stuff at stakes.
Yeah. So this is going to be interesting to see. We see a similar match up here as well in terms of teams. We've not got a Ranger. Obviously we had Cole Summers in the last series for Mangatrons versus Purple Noise.
In the first series, did we even say that or mention that class stacking is not allowed here?
We didn't, no, because that's the rule for Pro League Season 2 as well, which makes sense, Nick. So good job picking that up. It's important, and everyone's talking Swedish in the chat as well.
Oh, damn.
So I've got no chance to understand what's going on. So, Nick, we're going to go through these builds quickly. Do you want to start with the red team?
Sure, can do. Starting us off with Amka, who is going to be playing the Dagger Focus. No, I'm not, actually. Well, Dagger Focus Tempest. Are we going to see him for Powerful Aura? Yes, we have the Necro on the side. Maybe Cleansing Water might be a choice they want to go for. We're going to see how that works out. Then we have a Chronomancer that is probably Condition. Yes, he is. Next one, Sable, the Engineer on the standard hammer build with a Paladin's Amulet. Zuik on the Revenant, going on with the standard power build. We see going for Marauder's Amulet there. Yeah,
interestingly enough. I mean, the thing with Zuik is he's always about the power. and they stop actually the potential cap or the guys from blue team coming over to disturb the cap here as Frostball obviously can get away here. He's got a little bit more toughness, vitality and survivability there, so a bit more tanky this Mesmer Condi build. He's keeping people at bay over there. He's got the portal down as well, I do believe, or is that Amstars? No, he's back over towards the henge, looking for the decap there actually, as we see Rom, who's obviously playing engineer today, everyone. And he's going to be going versus one versus the Mesmer. So not only he's not really been playing it for that long, couple of weeks at the most actually, and we're going to see that coming out. But look at Amcar.
Just a side note, Frostball is just on the mine versus two people playing Catch Me If You Can. He's trying to juke them for ages now.
Downstated, yeah. I mean, that's a good kill for the red team. Now they can plus up elsewhere.
It took so long.
Yeah.
It took so long. Normally you would think that they might have also already been able to somewhere transfer that into an advantage on the points, but no. Orange Logo yet to do so, and now they're at a disadvantage.
It's not looking too good. I mean, another thing to notice as well is that Tage currently on Elementalist as well. So playing supportive role, obviously used to that role as well, playing with, of course, the Bunker Guardian in the past. So, you know, he knows how to support, knows how to get in a good position here as well. So nice to see him. And now that he's in rotation is extremely important.
Might just get the cap. Oh, we have the first stun coming up. He makes it on point. Maybe a potential knockback afterwards. Not happening. Nope. Chases him off point, and that's it with the potential very sneaky, just in the middle of a team fight. No, I'm going to stay on the point.
Here comes Rom to mid as well, Nick, because the red team do start to follow up with the lead as well. These Pro League teams, or ex-Pro League teams, which they are at the moment, are having a little bit of a surprise on Forest. But Denshi, look at over here. Well, you know, Orange Joker. Denshi now over on the midpoint. He's got some Torment stacking up on him. He's running out of Reaper Shroud. He's very low. As soon as he comes out there, he's going to be absolutely annihilated. And he gets demoted from life there. We can see Tage coming in for the quick res, but look at the other downstairs coming out as well. Denshi gets back up, but Amka is down as well. He gets raised. Sling down on the other side of the map. Does lose in that fight to Frostborn in the end as well. Didn't see if there was a plus up there. And this is big stuff coming out from Orange Logos. They do what they do best, Nick, and that is getting the kills on the map.
Well, but are they?
Potentially. They almost did.
We pretty much had 4 people that were almost about to die, and we had a sort of sneaky rotation from ASDF, where always like people running off the keep, on the keep, off the keep, on the keep again. But Orange Joker could not decide who to chase. They just switched target. Switched target over and over again, and did not kill anyone on mid.
Yeah, I was leading, like, I was doing one of my lead-in things because I was predicting that we were going to see a kill there, but then realizing just, you know, what you said, like, how important that was.
Maybe you can lead now because we have the interrupt on the rest of Amka trying to res Zuik there. Down goes the first one. Sable now the only one left. He's got to go for a quick disengage because they just completely ignored Amka and went for Sable instead. Now he's going to be there trying to...
Sable.
Doing the
he's done it.
He hops on the side there, and they actually don't continue to chase him.
No, not at all. Actually, they know he's got his heel back up as well.
What is Spling doing there? Just walks in.
Oh, whoa! Ultimate devastation. He's going to try and get for the res. We have got the throw coming out, but that's not enough. Sable needs to hightail it out of there. Sling, like you said. Whoa! He walked into a world of pain there, my friend.
I'm assuming Doc is probably a Swedish swear word, which we just have in chat from him.
Yeah.
So all the Swedish viewers, you guys probably have fun.
Yeah. I mean, at least it's on my YouTube channel, so it's not too bad. Hill comes out from Sable over towards the midpoint. Still has some cooldowns left. Doesn't have Elixir X actually. Defense field on the tool belt is going to come out soon. Needs to get rid of that condition. Puts down the Elixir AoE there on the 5th skill. We did see the 2-cap coming out, obviously with the kill there over with Zuik on the mine. We don't see the 2-cap coming out from themselves. Switches over to Orange Logo. Ferals actually goes down very low, gets mowed as well. And we're going to see potentially Tage have a lot of effort to get him back up. Down comes out onto him. Mid-cap. It's going to be D-cap very soon. Is Tage the next kill? Lightning Flash. Good movement from him there. Nothing left to heal him up. Doesn't have any of his auras either, which are going to heal himself. Has a comment left as well if he's going to be able to get CC to survive. D-cap comes out mid. Orange Logo. Look like they're going for the decap on Henge as well. Being very... Whoa! Zuik goes down. The throw rock from Renge. From Rom and the Rom page. And he gets the kill and the cap.
The Rom page does that, but good old-fashioned just keep on beating down on him. Brings down the Denge. And that means a slight upper hand on the mid fight. However, we already have the rotation support. Farah still trying to watch if someone wants to go for the mine point. But it looks like we're just going to have all-out war in the mid there.
Yeah.
Oh no, respawn decap mine.
Yeah, easy decaps. I mean, blue team at the moment, you know, they're all in on mid. You know, they're all in on this fight at the moment. And actually, Frostball is dropping very low. Portal, cheeky Portal. No one's gone up top. Where's Zuik here? He could get the port onto him, but look, he's over on mine getting the full cap, so he can't. Frostball does get taken out here, though, in the end. Sling comes up as well, and he's going for the down. Should be able to get it easy peasy there for the red team. And the 15-point game, Nick, at the moment, and under 9 minutes left in this match.
At the side point here. We have really the red team now using a bit of the action on mid going on. Maybe they won't notice if I sneak.
Oh, look at the healing, Nick, from Tage. Absolute boss healing. Look at these rotations in terms of his healing and what he's pulling out. He's got no cooldowns left. He's got his own Condi removed there on the Focus 4. But now they're putting... You're going to see Orange Logo have some trouble here in terms of getting healing up, and that's why Denji goes down there, as all the support was used by Tage. Tage has nothing left cooldown-wise. They have to disengage. In fact, the Necro just follows up, and that's a nice follow-up from Sling there as he gets a nice chill and stops Tage from moving back. Tage does the only thing he can, and look, Orange Logo get wiped midpoint, but decap could happen on mine if they don't move out quicker.
Well, no, that's not going to be it. We have the, what was it, Phase
retreat.
Oh, sorry. No, not phase retreat. No matter, but a Revenant is quick. Revenant is very quick.
That's a massive wipe!
Not going anywhere.
My good lord, Nick. That's insane damage coming out from the other team, but you could see it there. As soon as Tage lost his cooldowns, that's it. You know, the Ellie's only as good as his cooldowns there. It's the same with any support class. And, you know, they sustained the fight a lot longer than them at the moment, at that point in time. We can actually see a cheeky boss pickup from Zurich. I'm not sure this is necessary, as Rom goes to mid.
I'm not sure what Rom is doing, actually.
He's doing a good... He's going to go versus the Necro here, but I still think Zurich is in not the greatest of positions here, actually, because Red Team are dying on the other side of the map.
I would say probably... Do they have a portal somewhere? If they have a portal, then they might have an exit strategy. But this way, like, Zuik now picked up the 25 points. Easy +1 on the mid-fight that he already saw coming since he stopped stopped chasing Rom. So now they're just turning it around. And maybe
this is great work.
The bottleneck, there's going to be...
Then the portal back! Look at Amka! He's going to get the decap! Oh, no, please! They've just kept them at bay. This is great work from the red team of ASDF, man. We remember there were some big upsets from these guys in the past to big teams. And they're doing it again right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frostball with pretty much the same move.
But that was amazing, Nick. Look at that movement. They've put Orange Logo right there, though. That was great from ASDF, man. That was fantastic.
What was almost as impressive was pretty much drawing the entire team fight to the choke point and almost repeating the wipe we've seen before, but that didn't quite work out. Maybe they're just going to turn it around on Sling, who just manages to get into the Reaper's Shroud there. Now trying to turn it around. Farah on the run. Oh, the juke! The jump juke on the side. Sling falls down. Farah back up and looking good.
Yeah, and they need to really be careful here. We have got the 1v1 happening over on the other side of the map with Suball versus Frostball here as well. Not really that important as we go back over towards mid because big things are happening here. Sling goes into downstate. Sable drops very low over towards the mine as well. And Amkar is going to try and get the res up here. Not able to in the end. Might be better for him to just try and survive. And the red team members going to disengage here. Important to do that so they don't lose control of this lead because they have a substantial one, Nick. 150 points and they've got the decap on the henge. Orange Logo, Is this out of range for them at the moment? This is Orange Logo. Surely not.
Orange Logo just feels a little bit lost in the team fights. They seem to go for the approach of we're just going to pressure you down until one person is down, then we're going to wipe you. But if anything, then ASDF has done that to them. So ASDF, next to the pressure in the side notes, just pressure in the team fights, also just all over the side notes. No one back defending, and as soon as the portal is not there from Frostball, it's just free for the taking.
But Nick, look what just happened as well. Look, Zook went again for the kill on the boss. They only need to keep the cap. They need to keep one cap at the moment. They don't need to do anything else. They're going to lose bodies here on this mine node.
They're actually going for triple cap.
But blue team, oh, they've gone to mid, yeah, as well. Mesmer, good spot there, Nick, by the portal there as well. And that's going to be game, surely. And that's going to be free cap ending. They could free cap, they've just free capped Orange Logo for the win on Forest of Niflheim. And they haven't broken 300 points.
That
Absolute wow.
Quite the showing here from ASDF. One of the, and I just want to emphasize this. Orange Logo is the one faced for relegation. ASDF newcomer, just to make that clear. Because you might think it's the other way around after this performance. We had a pretty neck-and-neck battle until a certain point, but then ASDF just ran away with it. As soon as I had that one wipe, Orange Logo seemed to have fallen apart.
Absolutely immense. We have to see ASDF in the Pro League, my friend. We have to.
Yeah.
That was just absolutely amazing.
And for all the Orange Logo fans out there, even if either Orange Logo now gets too old, which, to be fair, even though, okay, poor Orange Logo, but it would be amazing to see. Orange Logo, or even if ASDF still loses with a 2-point comeback from Orange Logo, both can be in the losers bracket as well and get into Pro League from then. So we could see both of these teams in Pro League. It's not the out for whoever loses here.
That's a very important thing to remark on, and actually I'm just going to go and have a look at the brackets quickly as well as update them, because we do obviously have an updated bracket hopefully as well. So I just press the refresh button, the magic of the interwebs will show us what's going on. You can see Everest Pirates at the moment going versus May the Crash Be With You, Purple Noise versus Mango Trance. Obviously Purple Noise went through for that one, and yeah, we're just waiting for updated results to come through, and hopefully we will get that in the near future. But game 2, it's looking pretty heavy at the moment for these guys. Pretty heavy indeed.
I mean, what are you going to do in a situation where you both are kind of lost in the team fights as well as rotation?
I mean,
rotation to the side points, it just looked like Orange Logo couldn't keep track of the people in team fight, or maybe they just try to allocate the resources to the team fight for the big push for the kill. But neither seem to have been working.
I actually genuinely think there's just some issue, like, other than like just positioning and the movement of everyone and where they're moving around the map, you know, if we think about some basic things and just start off from the beginning as well. Look, Tage played an Elementalist, you know. He was out of the game for quite a long time. I know he's been queuing, he's probably legend by now, but he's playing on a different class. He's not playing Revenant, he's not playing Guardian, he's playing Elementalist. It's not something he's played, you know, he's played a lot of it, obviously.
And on that note, we might actually see the comfort move back to the Ranger from Rom.
Wow, okay. Yeah, well, search and rescue. There's some nice spots on this map for that.
Maybe not just a comfort move, but it's definitely important to be. I don't know how much practice did he have on the engineer? That's the question.
I know he said a couple of weeks, maybe month.
Couple of weeks.
Max. You know, he played it very well. I mean, I think he won versus Zuik over on that Henge node with the throw rock from Rompage. I'm kind of sad about that because I enjoy a good Rompage. Well, people are going to read that in the wrong way. But hey ho. But you know, Rom Ranger.
Yeah, you just made them read it in the wrong way.
Yeah, no. Rom Ranger is going to be a good mix-up for this, especially with search and rescue. We saw how effective the Romger. Yes, it could be the Romger as well. But yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. There's always comments, you know, about Rom. Where does he fit now in Guild Wars 2 almost as well? Like, he's good enough player to like play so many different things. And like, if you stick, but are they going to? At the moment, they feel like maybe that he needs to be on just something he knows well. He can play well.
Yeah.
That he's going to become more confident on, you know. And now it feels like he's going for Menders actually there as well as going for Nature, Magic, and Beast Mastery and Druid.
Having a month of practice on something, a player of Rom's caliber, that's gonna be enough to compete, I would say.
Yeah.
However, it's a different thing. Like in one team fight, okay, he's gonna be able to make good moves happen. Maybe really beat someone, beat one of the best on his usual class. However, keeping that up for the entire maximum 15 minutes. And keeping that on the level of play you would normally be able to do with a class that you have years of experience on.
Yeah.
That's still something different.
But these
I mean,
guys... Sorry, Karen.
Rom also someone who has a curious class history in my opinion. I mean, he used to be all-out warrior for ages. Always played a little bit of ranger on the side.
Yeah, true.
And then moved over to ranger once the warrior was taken
That's
from
the
him.
thing. Oh my god! And he's had to move twice. You know, his role has changed so much in the past. You know, it's not worked the meta. Like it's not worked in their favor. And is it going to work? Like at the moment, you know, they're going to go to the losers bracket. Is he going to work there? Because you would say that even in that position that they should be able to go through from the loser bracket, but there are potentially going to be some good teams in the loser bracket. And actually, you know, I just want to go back on what I said before when I was talking about Trance. They're not out of it completely. They've gone to the loser bracket. Completely forgot about that, actually. Saying that they're out and we're going to have to wait and see them next season, because of course they're in the loser bracket. Just remembered that myself talking about it. But yeah, we don't really do loser bracket stuff much, so hey ho, there you go. I have to see whether or not they come back up and actually check the loser bracket in a bit as well. But yeah, looking good for ASDF, of course. But yeah, I'm waiting for the game to start.
Looking good, but can they keep it up? Will a change of ROM be something that makes that much of a difference? It's definitely gonna make a difference. But to what degree? We saw a fairly equal fight until a certain point. Will they now be rattled by that sudden defeat?
Such a risky nick, man, on this map is good as well. I mean, if you can get it up top, like we saw from Cole Summers on Forest, that res was so nice. Like his positioning was so key. It might sound like a simple thing to like a top end player, but to like a regular player, like that's a massive play, and that was actually really good res from him, to be fair, in any occasion. But now we're going to see the splits coming out next. So what's going on the map?
Well, first they have to split for us to see the split, and it looks like Amster is going to go over to that waterfall, and he's going to run into loads of people. So no, you should not bother with that. Is he going to get baited into it?
No, he's going for it. He's got portal.
Oh, portal and portal back.
Nice.
That's a good move.
Yeah, Blink, big cooldowns used though.
He could have been in a situation where they immediately would have thrown the first kill over to Orange Logo, but the focus now seems to be on Zuik in the midpoint.
Yeah, Zuik, he's going to be healed up there. Nice support comes out from Sable there as he gets his turret down. We can see the Mo coming out onto Ferals. They need to be careful here. Ferals will drop very low on this. They're very careful, but damage comes out elsewhere, actually onto Ferals as well. I'm just stuck into the Moa. He's going to be fine for now, but he gets his heal up. Look! Get the damage comes out. No one paying attention. Another Moa comes out, actually, as well onto him, but that's two. Just completely used there and nothing coming out. Obviously that was the engineer throw, which is why I went over to the Mesmer there. But now Sling going down over towards the quarry node versus Frostball. That's horrible start for the team of ASDF there, not getting anything out. Good job from Orange Logo.
Yeah, not only have we Sling down, but we have the cap on the quarry, and we do have the contest on the other side. So 1v1 happening there, everything going into the favor of Orange Logo right now. The matchups seem decent enough for them. They pushed it towards the 2 kills. Maybe they can even go for a follow-up, but no, that's going to be retreat into the base from Abka.
Yeah, just following Denshi into mid now. 2-man kill on the map with the lead for Orange Logo at the moment. Doesn't look like it's, like I said, not a great start for ASDF, unfortunately. I think the Mesmer as well going towards the far point with Portal. Yeah, fair play. He's got the decap now, actually. 1v1 versus Rob, 1v1 versus Rom, and he's going to be able to take that fight, actually, but Tage comes in for the support, and they're able to do that because Red Team's still spawning up now as well as they move out into the map. But they're getting pushed back by Farrells here. Just like 1v3ing almost.
Out of position here, I would say. However, he is a
It's going to be okay. Oh, no, he drops quite low here, actually. I think he could be taken into the downstate if he's not careful. well. He's going to be dropped quite low. Slick Shoes comes out. Farrell gets out alive almost. But unfortunately, not going to be able to in the end. Tage is in position to go in for the res. And I don't think we're going to see it too much down cleave. And that's done. That's all she wrote. Sable obviously pulling out the rampage as well there.
I'm very surprised that they weren't ready for the rest on that. They were completely out of position for the rest. That was a downstate that announced itself via letter, via mail. So
it was
apparently still not ready for that. Sling now, however, the target of Orange Logo. They might just be able to turn it around even with the first loss of one player. Moa still in it. Can he get out before just barely hangs on to it?
No Reaper Shroud though. Is Amka going to come in for the rest? They're going to be able to get it. It's down to about half HP here. Heals come out. They need to stay elsewhere to make sure they keep supported. They're going too much for this rest here. He gets him up. No.
The burning was still on.
But look, they reversed it, didn't she? Almost goes down, but Sling again drops. Going to be in that down state again. And what's left? But Denshi's still low. Are they going to go for the actual pressure back onto Denshi here? They're getting back up, and they're holding search and rescue from Rom. Good position, and that's the exact position where I had my camera earlier when I was talking about search and rescue. That's a fantastic job for Rom, and that's his quest at the moment. And looks like we might see a potential another wipe coming out from the guys, unless they get Farrells down. As Sling is down on this midpoint here. We're seeing Amka going for the res. There's no way he can get that in the end. Cleve comes out. Good job from Orange Logo. And now they're trying to push Rom away from this, actually. Potentially Zook going to take him out over towards the waterfall.
This kind of looked like they almost baited themselves into investing too much into that mid fight. They had the two good downs, the two good situations, but then, I mean, look at the side notes, and it's been like that for quite a while.
Ellie's down as well.
The huge lead for Orange Logo right now. They just gave up the side notes. They didn't support 1v1s in any case. Then they just stuck on mid, and somehow Orange Logo still turned it around again.
It's almost similar to how Trance played as well, to be honest. Farrells does go down over on the midpoint, but you almost see him coming back straight up. There you go. He's back up. No problems there at all for the team of Orange Logo. And they're just playing the 2-cap game. Well, they're playing a 3-cap game at the moment, but, you know, essentially it feels like more like a 2-cap because they're kind of at mid, really, with a guard over on towards Waterfall in the form of Rom. And they're just winning this team situation at the moment. Can this team of ASDF get anything out of this? At the moment, they're not able to. Rom over on the other side of the map, just pushing them away, doing a fantastic job. ASDF need to push it out to the sides. They're losing time. They're losing cap points.
I mean, one of the great benefits that we had on the side of ASDF on the last map was that they were just able to sneak out of the team fight and get a side decap. That's not happening on Fire.
No
you
way.
can almost see straight to Waterfall from the midpoint. So it's a bit more tough here.
Oh, Denshi is in Reaper Shroud, of course. That's going to help him out for a while. It's on 4 as well, actually. He could probably get... Sorry, he wasn't in Reaper Shroud. It felt like he was in Reaper Shroud. He had so much support there. Sorry, my bad. Really bad call there. But he's going to be potentially coming straight out of that, as he obviously... Another search and rescue! It's just laughable, though. They know that Rom's there. He's on the side. He was waiting for that. So they've got no one on the side trying to get the interrupt. They can't... And people are having so many problems with search and rescue. It's actually quite funny. Then she goes down state as well over on the midpoint. They've got nothing left in terms of cooldowns, but they've got a 240-point lead, Nick.
Also, Armster first didn't really do so well against in the 1v1 against Frostball, and I doubt he's going to do now. That's already a start there, going with a little bit of a HP lead from Frostball, although, well, the first start of the fight was pretty good for him. Still going to be a little bit of time.
Yeah.
No real reinforcements there on that point.
I mean, at the moment, you know, Frostball's in the best position. Rom does go down on the waterfall in the end. And now this is a comeback potential for ASDF. They can, especially if they can bounce off this fight over on the waterfall, get another kill, maybe plus up over on the quarry. I mean, they're just keeping Frostball actually at bay at the moment. It feels like maybe the Mesmer could move over with a portal, but Zook's going to be faster here as he uses that assassin stance to, of course, move over to get the quick +1 on Frostball. But he needs to get this kill. Look at how much damage he gets when he switches as well. Oh my good lord. Amstar dropping quite low, but we did see Sling going down over on the midpoint. Wow, there's action all over the place at the moment. And even though they had the kill down on Rom, Orange Logo again able to keep you know, fairly stable and actually get a kill back in their favour.
They gave up the midpoint for free, pulled out to the side nodes, got the cap on the waterfall. Are they gonna... No, in an equal team fight there. And the focus on Armka already looks quite decent. Looks more in a situation where Orange Logo is dictating the facts of that team fight. Mid aggression a tiny bit, but we have them coming off before Armster even going half-life into that. Just wants to leave a portal. There's a little bit of pressure on there.
Look at the mower that came out from Frostball. Good job. They got the res, but they did the damage they needed to there on the man of Sling. Again, he is just dropping all the time and not able to get anything. Amstar was actually took Tage away from this fight over towards the quarry, but they didn't need him apparently because Schling is in the down state. Zuik down very low himself. Going into base won't help him too much, and actually over on the other side of the map, Amka having quite a few problems versus Denshi and Farrell's here, and it feels like Sebel's going to be finished off as well. And look at the kills coming across the map. Amstar dropping very low himself, goes into downstate. Zuik and also Sebel trying to move out here and just gain something from this map, because I think this is definitely Orange Logo's game. 6 minutes 40. It's still got a tiny chance, but
it is mathematically possible.
Yeah.
However, quite unlikely. I would dare to guess.
You would dare to guess.
As the next one. Yeah, I am that brave. But, oh, okay. Are they just going for the, hey, it looks better if we have 150 points? No, they're falling back. Oh, resetting. Wrong side. Brilliant casting there from me.
Look at this, John.
Resetting. No, they were actually expecting it. Portal coming out. Orange Logo on the Lord Rush. We have 380 points. Will they move in fast enough? Sling pretty much the only one who is really expecting that. They're moving out towards the map, trying to get the advantage of everyone moving into the Lord. But with two people taking care of the caps, that's just going to be an instant Lord.
Yeah, 50% HP. They come in for the save potentially, but that's too much. Surely Red Lord is going to be down here. No HP comes in. Too many conditions. Orange Logo bring it to a 1-1 match here. And that's a good catch-up for those guys. Nice map for Orange Logo, of course. 1-1, one apiece. Whoa. It's heating up.
Now, what is worth more? A foe fire, where you keep the enemy team under 100? Or a Niflhell, where you keep the enemy team under 300?
Oh, mate. Forget everything.
That's the question.
Forget everything. We're on Temple, man. Okay. We're on Temple, man.
Sorry, I forgot.
Forget everything that is logical, because
Shall
this
we
map,
flip a coin now?
pretty much, it like with these two teams, it could be very much like that, because you can make a tiny mistake, and we saw the Abjured lose to Vermilion on this map. In potential mismatching and misrotations, we saw them give up this map at the Pro League finals. I mean, obviously they got to the finals in the end, but this being the final map for teams to potentially get to Pro League is absolute genius. I love it. Because so many different things can happen. And if Orange Logo go out, I feel sorry for the loser bracket, but top bracket is wide open, really. I mean, bottom end, but top side of winner bracket, quite a few different teams that could go through. I mean, if ASDF win this, you would see them probably being one of those two teams that go through to the Pro League, and I'd be more than happy with that at the moment.
ASDF might very well bring a bit of fresh air into that Pro League. That could be good. I'm rooting for them already with that performance that they put on. Even though the last map was a bit of a stomp. You can't just ignore the forest match.
No. Fofire, that's the thing with Fofire. I mean, you can snowball it, so it's the easiest map to snowball. Other than, sometimes that can happen on Temple. If you get the buffs and you get Tranquility, you can snowball it really fast, really hard. But with the pros, normally that's not going to happen. So Fofire is easier to snowball than Temple, in my opinion. But, Fofire matches, never try to judge teams top teams versus each other too much on that. Obviously, the way they play it and where it used to be in rotation, if they've won Forest, obviously, they're going to win 2-0. But now it's really difficult for these teams, I think. I actually feel like, I was thinking maybe we'd see Rom again on something else, but there's still there's a lot of different locations where you can see that search and rescue coming out. I mean, he had so many. They failed. They really failed to interrupt that in every occasion. I'm not sure if... I think they interrupted one, as far as... I can only really remember 2 solid search and rescues that really changed up the fights. Maybe I missed some others elsewhere. But good stuff, man.
I mean, if you need nooks and crannies, then this map is definitely the one for you. We've seen quite a lot of people in team fights moving across the map just getting lost. I mean, this is quite the vertical map.
Really is. This guy's...
Maybe not actually getting lost, rather falling off the side with a mistimed dodge or something. But you get my point.
We do indeed. We have red versus blue, ASDF versus orange logo in the last game of this series to determine who's going to go on in the winner bracket and who's going to go down to the loser bracket here. Sees both teams being fairly careful about where they're going. Actually, Tage is going down to mid straight away, maybe thinking that the team fight's going to occur there. And I think this is better for red teams. They engage in a massive fight here, and they have support of their elementalist as well. They can get a kill on Denshi very quickly. Farrell's is about to drop as well. This could be a really early kill for these guys. Still has his heal up. Denshi gets res.
One Farrell, they're trying to chase the Dench, but he manages to move up and be rest by Rom. Denshi seems to be a slippery fellow once he's in downstate.
Yeah, well, it's Rom. Rom's always ready for Dench, but he hasn't got it now, and Rom is being pressured by his Condes. He's not gotten removal because he's not got Celestial Avatar up, but still able to get out of that. That's ridiculous mobility from Rom. Gets off his elite as well. And Jesus Christ, I mean, Tage didn't have all the cooldowns in the world to get Rom out of that. He really got himself out of that, to be honest. That was ridiculous.
Like Orange is in the driving seat. Sling is the focus target, brings him down. Now we're going to see as miraculous resurrections as before. At least one that didn't look too flashy, but it got the job done. They turned it around on Dench again. No search and rescue this time around. Sling trying to get the follow-up damage. Down he goes. And Rom now in the corner where he might very well regret trying to help.
Yeah, indeed. He's going to go down, surely. He's getting into Celestial Avatar form here. Where's the engineer? Has he got anything to answer for that? He's not got the Moa throw there, unfortunately, to bring him out of that. So Rom probably going to be absolutely fine. Frostball over in this 1v1. Haven't covered this much between the two Mesmers. Not much to really talk about until that gets +1 or one of them does, unfortunately. Just make a mistake there. Tage trying to support as much as he can. Sling going down quite low himself. Is about to get dropped, but the heals come out. Rom is in downstate as well. Looking for the res here. They were going to go for the counter kill, I think. Nice knockback from Zuik, a good interrupt for anything else that was coming out from Orange Logo to try and get the res. And look at the cap coming out as well. Sebel gets that. Nice job, but Sling goes down as well. And look at the action. Frostball goes down the other side of the map. Amco, low HP as well as he moves towards mid. He needs to get supported here.
However flashy the mid fight might have been, I would
Nick,
say
free cap.
that frostball down was pretty much the most influential, because he's in a position where he can just be left, and now that 3 cap is ticking and they are on the disadvantage. However, turning it around on Amka on the mid fight might just bring them the pressure that they can.
They don't want to sucker into
Sable
this.
is just rushing. They don't want to try and get these 3 points at the same time. Just that ridiculous push after quite the extensive team fight towards mid node is going to at least allow Orange a little bit of room to breathe, a little bit of room to reset, and maybe now engage on their terms. And what is Frostball doing? He's just, fighting? No, I want a point.
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, there you go. Gets on node. Now they've got 2 members here. Farrell's comes in as well. That's not too bad support, actually. Sling drops quite low there as well. Farrell's gets a nice amount of damage onto him, and they have to be really careful. And they get the mower down onto him as well. But now they need to just back out, and you just see Frostball just nipping up the top there as well. Gets a lot of alacrity out as well, actually, as I just come out of that fight. I need to go back in there, indeed. Farrell's location here. They were going to pick up the kill on Sling. That's for sure as well. And this is risky for him going in for the res. But now does of course have the backup of Sable there. And now they're tanking in a great position. ASDF have moved really tanky members into that fight in case they lose Sling. That's really good movement from that red team to keep that cap, actually. That's great stuff coming out from them.
Yeah, but they could also try and push for an advantage.
But Sling
maybe move over. Now it's going to be split up. Now it's all going to split. I'm surprised that this auto fight is still going on as big as it is, and not 2 members pushing, or at least 1 member trying to push over to the gate. Because now we have Sling he's gonna do it, getting the decap on mid while nobody's watching, and while everyone's just looking for the double points.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to get it in the end, maybe, Orange Logo. I mean, we see a nice couple of mowers coming out. Zuik is actually having problems versus Rom on the other side of the map. And Zuik now needs to make sure he uses a heal. Gets the damage off on him as well. And gets a nice little bit of burst onto Rom there as well, some vulnerability stacks. And now Sable's coming into +1.
No. I thought someone was going to sneak the stillness.
Oh, look at this. Tage is in the 1v1 with the Mesmer. And we've not got him in T-fight. Although Sling does go down here. Amkar thinking about going in for the res. Is he going to do it? He needs to get a heal off first before he does anything. He doesn't have the condition removal on focus from Earth. They've still got the mid cap, actually. No one gets onto node to get the D cap there. So they still pick up quite a few points. And they need to pick up the Elementalist kill Orange Logo here. They do a good job of doing that. Zuik is in no position, surely, to go for that res. And he's just making sure it goes. Oh, nice. Potentially interrupting almost. I think that's the idea also, as well as travelling across the map there. Sable goes over towards Temple as well. Blue team, Orange Logo, do grab the 2 cap though.
This seemed like after the altar fight.
Oh, they get stillness! Jesus! They get stillness! Okay. Wow, Orange Logo made of it. They were going in all different directions, but the thing is, if they can get the decap Temple, it wouldn't have mattered. But maybe they just couldn't get it, unfortunately, in the end. Tage, not able to get on node in time, unfortunately, but he's in a great position for ASDF here, actually, because now they've got the Elementalists out of the fight, although Tage wasn't in it before and is at stillness, and that didn't seem to matter because we lost some kills for ASDF there. And still, again, Sling, Jesus, this guy is in downstate more than anything else, and Zuik dropping low as well. They don't need Tage, Nick. They do not need him.
I'm just curious they went for the rest there, because we had an entire team on the verge of dying.
Immense.
If you're almost dying on your own, don't commit to rest. That might have been a bit of an optimistic way of thinking there. And now Orange Logo is just in control. It's a 150-point lead for ASDF.
It's not
so
much,
we're not
is
counting
it,
them out yet.
Yeah, it's definitely not much, especially if they get the 2 cap here. Tage is on the other side of the map, keeping the point contested, doing what it needs to do. Sable in this 1v1 with Pharos should be able to survive for a while here. We've got Tranquility though, and no one from Orange Logo is in range of this. No, Rom, sorry, is. Missed that from the ranger there. Obviously high mobility there, as Amka does pull the swirling wind, to potentially think about going for that. Now we see the stun coming out from Rom. Nothing's going to happen down there for a bit of time. Tage actually might go down on stillness here, actually.
Nope, not quite. However, we do have the neutrals on the points, so
everywhere is neutral.
Now with the neutrals, 150 now shrunken down to 130 points, still look quite comfy. It's all up to plan. We basically have 1v1s all over the place. He's gonna leave Tage the cast? That is a
There's no notes. There's no notes. There's, it doesn't matter anything. But the problem is now, we've got downstates everywhere. There's Pharos is down. He gets knocked back. Look at Tage. No, he can't come in for that because we've got the kill, obviously, from the gyro coming out. That's the handy thing about the engineer in that fight. Amka does leave in the end over towards the altar. Frostball's going to leave the point contested as well. And we're going to see mid potentially. See, stillness is still not used. Amka gets onto midpoint just in time. But, they didn't get to +1 anywhere effectively enough, of course, because Sling is actually downstated anyway. So, they've just managed to get the stillness back up. 2 cap in favour potentially, because they've got that stillness. Then she goes down midpoint. But look at the downstate that comes out onto Amka. He needs to port, and he needs to port now. He doesn't port. It must have been... That was interesting. He must have ported before. I must have missed that. There was some kind of interrupt there, unfortunately.
Mower on Sling, bring him down afterwards. The man that wanted to go in for the rescue, now the victim himself. Stomp coming up from Farah because he's on point. And do we actually see a push to the lower buff? No, people are just... No, actually, Denshi.
They might do.
Denshi wants to +1 that. I'm not sure that's the smartest decision. Most of the time, we see the strategy of just leaving this. Oh, Rom is already going for the casting. Stenchi just trying to
interrupt by the Ellie.
A little bit of damage.
Yeah.
There we go. But they could just bring him down, and then there's nothing to cast again. Rom for the stomp, and that might be Tranquility in a second.
Ellie tries to go for the misform just to make sure Rom, just to interrupt Rom for a moment there. But I don't think I think we're going to see this potentially come out unless Amster is downstairs. He should be able to get this interrupt. Gets the nice port by the blink. Yeah, just about for that red team. So they're stopping this at the moment. 1 cap apiece, Nick. We've got another stillness coming up in about 25 seconds here. Sable dropping quite low himself as well. It's an issue, but he's got his heal back up. He's okay. Rocket charge as well as he blasts. Gets a nice amount of healing there as well. Frostball goes for the decap here over on this side of the map. We do see, obviously, Sling getting onto Node again. You don't really like his chances here as we see the 2 cap coming in favour of Orange Logo on the other side of the map. Feroz is getting quite low himself, actually. Azuik and, of course, Anka going for the cap there. No one at stillness at present, as we see a lot of team members downstairs. Sling downstairs. Sable completely finished off here as well. This is an important time on the map, Nick.
Yeah, and no one's right now caring for that stillness. However, they're split on pretty much all the other points. We had 2 people down, 1 going down, of course. Denshi now left with Rom and Amster. Is he gonna... Did he port out? He ported out. No, he's dead. Never mind.
Yeah.
Where did that portal come from?
I think this is Orange Logo's game at the moment. They're getting the finishes everywhere. I mean, Denshi is, it was low, but it was in Reaper Shroud as well. And Amster still not down. Interrupts, comes out. Oh, nice! But he was already started the res while he was in Moa, so it didn't matter. He put down the Thunderclap, and he unfortunately didn't get him in the end. I'm not sure if we saw...
but with the stillness going over to Orange and the mid as well as the Temple Cap now going in their hands.
And stillness
starting. This is starting to run away from ASDF.
Yeah, really starting to do it now. I mean, this is... Yeah. This is the comeback. This is one of those comeback maps. And the comeback kings are Orange Logo, I mean... If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be them, and they've got to be feeling quite this is a good first practice. This is their first series through this qualifier to get back into Pro League. It's a good practice for the rest of the time and the rest of the series we're going to be seeing. This is great stuff from Orange Logo, but maybe even better stuff from ASDF.
I mean, is there still a way out of it for them? Right?
Yeah, I mean they can get Tranquility.
In theory, one option. But
and get it twice
down
stillness.
There, maybe Sable can kind of prepare something a bit for a quick burst. Someone coming in, maybe a portal leaving down there. But there's not really much time left to set all of this up.
No, they're about to get the free cap, Nick. That's it. That's all she wrote right there. They've got to get Tranquility now. They've got to just commit everyone to that. Flip the nodes. Get people on caps to control it. It's too much. It's too much right now. That's GG as well coming out from ASDF. Wow.
GG at a time where there's really no comeback. Only option would have been Tranquility, but that was maybe a bit far-fetched. Though, good showing, but, I mean, how did we start? Was it...
It's ASDF, you can see it in chat.
I think, what?
Just like do you mean the game, or do you mean the series?
The game.
Yeah,
it was 150 or almost 200 point lead for ASDF.
It was a big lead.
That is quite the substantial comeback we saw there.
Yeah, all happened towards that altar node when we saw everyone pushing over. Yeah, that was immense. I actually fought for a bit of time there. I mean, you can never count people out on that map, and never do until they've hit over like 450, 460, or even more. Actually, it doesn't even matter because they come back with the time. It's it's totally doable because it can be very slow to get the kills, especially if all points are neutral. You've got 3 caps, you've got 2 buffs coming up, stillness and tranquility. You've got 5 positions potentially which you need to cover. You could have 5 1v1s almost, and still they don't end that quickly. So it's pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, Orange Logo go through. Let's just take a quick look at our brackets. Won't be updated as of yet. But Orange Logo are going to go versus May the Crash Be With You. Purple Noise must be going maybe against Chaotic Contingency.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, we're going to bash on. I haven't got too much time, unfortunately, to talk about this. But yeah, we're going to try and find out our next series. Hope you're enjoying it so far. It's been smashing. This is the ESL Guild Wars 2 Season 2 Challenger Cup for Europe. This is the qualifiers for the Pro League for Season 2. We'll see you soon. Hello everyone, welcome to the next game, obviously, next series in this cup. And this is Challenger Cup. We have Chaotic Contingency versus Purple Noise on the blue team. Obviously, these two teams coming from the Pro League, still in the winner bracket as well, and looking forward to staying up in that winner bracket to go through, rather than dropping down and having to fight their way through that bracket, because they don't want to do that, because there's a couple of teams down there which have got a lot to talk about. And we are going to go over to midpoint and have a look at Lossix here. Doing an okay job. Nick with me, as per usual. Looks like Loz is going to go down here, potentially win the 2 versus 1. Isn't going to get his support that he needs. And we can see...
Now, Prototype also has to disengage because the damage comes in as the Revenant just boots him down and out of this life. Off to the next one. Respawn is waiting. They have the advantage on the Henge. They did manage to cause quite some trouble for Cole Summers. However, that wasn't really enough, and as soon as they pushed into mid, Chaotic Contingency with a little bit of trouble. Early split advantage, but now in a bit of a sustained game, it doesn't seem to work too well for them.
Yeah, Hinge is okay. I mean, yeah, that's initial split. They lost the 2 kills there. That was really, really big stuff coming out from them. Tiki just going to disengage here a little bit. Potentially thinking about leaving Henge, and the sacrificial lamb over there is going to be the Revenant at the moment, who maybe feels like he can get out of there, actually. Cole Summers and Viper able to take out, or just leave the Revenant up top, actually. He's doing a good job just staying out of range here. That's very cheeky.
Good view. It's a good view.
He's trying to get out of combat maybe as well. I see Red Team just moving around the map ever so quickly. It's really hard to get a grasp on when these guys are running around so fast. Loz over towards the mine now, obviously coming back off respawn. With Crazy El Kanzler, who must be El Presidente, I would assume, as we don't actually have a Mesmer on this red team, and we don't have one on Purple Noise either, opting to go for the Ranger on both sides rather than the Mesmer. Seems to be a different choices.
Portals, so just gotta lag it, and that's what we're seeing. Yeah. Rotations are pretty evenly matched. But Prototype, he's a target that goes down fairly quickly in that situation. Tiki going for the rest. There is the poison on there. No real follow-up damage.
Not too much.
Badaka a little bit scared there of maybe falling victim to the AoE on the corpse. However, Tiki deciding to try and hold that point for as long as possible. Dies off point and is an elementalist and can just vapor form on there.
Indeed, he's not going to be able to get any res at the moment. The thing is here, some of the Rangers they're just trying to be, they're left in like these 1v1s almost sometimes. Now we've got the Ranger on the opposite side of the map, but Darker obviously going down over towards this midpoint here as well. He's going to be taken out. But look, I think Garion's going to be taken out himself here versus Viper. He needs some support, or at least to get off node for a bit of time. Crystalline Hibernation comes out for him. He's going to be okay. Honey goes into downstate. Nothing's going to come out for her. Carver just trying to escape here as well. Where's the blue team Ranger? He's nearby. Gets a search and rescue. That's why I was doing it. Nice interrupts come out for the team. Potentially Honey. Nice job. And that is the first time today we have seen someone counter the search and rescue extremely well, and they get the kill on Viper over towards the midpoint as well. As Cole Summers comes up top, obviously hasn't got search and rescue as well. It's going to have to just, sustain on node. Try and bring the fight to him. He's got another 15 seconds until that runs out. Can get... still not got Celestial Avatar. Yes. He's got it back up at the moment. Should be okay for a time.
The camp seems to be going over to Chaotic Contingency.
No.
Honestly, they could have done something against
that. They could just stood on the node, yeah.
They seem very defensive very early on, giving up the 2-cap to them. However, already 1v1 happening on the mine node. Prototype for the defense. Viper coming in to make it an equal fight. And the rest of the map is pretty much all concentrated on that mid node now.
Yeah, it's all mid, all mine at the moment, like you said. And it's going to be fairly sustained as well. I mean, Prototype quite low himself. He's in Reaper Shroud at the moment, so just being offensive while he can. But the problem is, look, I mean, got Carver and Viper here. They've sustained so well in this 2v2. Lots of support and healing coming out from, from Carver there, as well as Viper. Who's, we've seen him today sustain himself very low, and his teammates just cleaving out the Necro there. This Prototype should go down here as well. Unfortunately for the Ranger, he's stuck at mid in a 1v1 versus the other Ranger. So their utility is not being used here at all at the moment.
Maybe we have a bit of a tea party, but no. 2 people coming in to make it at least somewhat of an interesting fight. Honey doesn't really trust in the ability of her teammates to watch. No. Oh, well, the respawning Prototype actually making his move over to the far node.
Yeah, but that's, unfortunate, actually, because... It feels like he probably should have gone over towards the mine, and he's actually gone versus one versus the Ellie. Keeps the Ellie out of that, but we've got downstates opening over on the midpoint as well. Garion tries to go for the res potentially here on Loz, but I feel like if he does, it's just going to be CC'd up. There you go, now he can go for it if they go for the cleave, because he's going to get healed, so that's actually going to be not too bad. Prototype comes up to mid as well. But still, again, you know, they've got the Ellie in this fight. And they're going to be able to overtake this, surely. Maybe even potentially get the free cap here. Crazy Kanzag, he goes down over on the other side of the map as well.
This almost looks like it should be reset, to be honest. 2 people alive, being chased off point. Prototype trying to survive. Has Gary on his back. Is he going to be able to get the rest? Does not look like it. Tiki coming in from the side. And there we see a search and rescue coming in.
We did have the actual... Yeah, kind of DC, kind of, I guess, was it DC? No, it wasn't, sorry, my bad. I thought we had a little bit of a connection issue. It's different chat. My problem, my issue. Anyway, back into the fight here as we see free cap, ridiculous at the moment. And Powerful Noise are powering over the actual map at present. This doesn't feel good for Purple Noise as well, because Honey goes down.
Side. Honey or Prototype, who's going to be the first to fall? It is Prototype with the stomp, even though Chaotic had the advantage damage-wise on the corp. Maybe because one guy was stomping on the side of the blue team. Double cap coming out still at least 1 point, so they aren't running away with it yet.
No, not as of yet. I mean, they're being really paranoid now. They have to guard that close point. Engineers on the sides. Necro is, at the moment, moving over towards midpoint, but they're losing members. Already lost Loz there as well, and it doesn't feel like they're going to be able to get a lot back from this at the moment. They're still 150 points behind at present. It's not looking too bad for them. If they can hold this node, but they're losing members all the time here. Garion as well. Since like the first kill, we've just seen constant kills coming out from Purple Noise. They're bouncing off every single kill. They're just able to control the map that way at the moment, not even really thinking about their rotations too much at present. They just need to be... They're pushing over on the henge now as well.
Well, if anything, it's a good move now to just go and attack the close point. Get the respawns in, get the people quickly back into the team fight if they have to. But now the decap also on the Fano, this is not good. Moving back to a triple cap. Can he be quick enough? Oh, and actually Badaka, no. Is he? Is he not? He couldn't quite decide. Got the call from Cole Summers that he's on the midpoint, so basically the disengage from Crazy just
free
gives
cap
him the cap.
again. Free cap again. Viper goes down though. Could be a start of a mini comeback potentially, but they really need to play it perfectly from here to really pull out of the bag. Cole Summers versus the engineer of Crazy here over on the midpoint now as well, and he should be maybe one of the next targets. Although you can see the Elementalist moving out now. Maybe preempting this mid-team fight as blue team probably going to respawn, move mid as they get the decap over on the mine as well. But they need it everywhere. They can't push far at the moment because they've got respawn coming out. They need to get a kill on Carver as well to make sure they can do exactly what Purple Noise just did as well to a degree. Keep them down on the map. But Badaka now and obviously Viper going to regroup here. Potentially push. I feel like red team pushing now. Carver goes downstate. That's 4 men on the map for a good couple of minutes, you know.
Cole comes in. There we go. Cole coming in, bringing Carver back up, but Carver now the target. Trying to get the chase there. Slick Shoes kind of throws a wrench into that. He, however, runs into 2 other enemies, and now everything's focused on that midpoint, and that is it. For a second there, I thought Chaotic might actually go for a bit of a split fight when it's so close to loss already. Definitely the wrong decision there. We have a big condition remove going on in that team fight, and this is the last ditch effort. This is a they now don't get the kills and rake him up quickly.
Badaka goes into downstate, but look what we've got from Cole Summers again. Oh, this is the thing from Chaotic Contingency. They've been so unlucky in this game. Well, not unlucky. They've made some painful decisions, but twice they've been able to counter that move. And look.
This the last possible ditch effort that is actually going to pay off. We have Viper
I don't think so, Nick.
Around
if you look at the score,
casting spells. No, it's actually not possible. People are too slow to move over to the henge. So that aimless jumping was actually, kind of just taunting there. Bit of BM going on.
That's quite, convincing win there though from Purple Noise. I mean, You see some definite improvements from both teams. I mean, Chaotic Contingency able to, you know, do well versus that search and rescue. But the thing is, you know, I don't think even both teams really got their ranges. I think, you know, Colsum's got into some better positions there, I think, generally. And if we're talking about like Druid's ranges,
they didn't abuse it to the degree we've seen before.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Colsum's got some nice ones off last time.
But we saw some action in the team fights. I mean, it might have just been Purple Noise also feeling kind of secure, knowing that they don't really have to do much in that mid fight anymore. That even if Chaotic wins that fight, they still got the henge. They got somebody on there. That's not going to happen fast enough. So, but they did win that team fight with a very, very clear and very strong wipe. If that had happened 1 minute, 2 minutes earlier, that could have been a completely different story. And here they're definitely going to be able to arrange these big team fights on Qualifier.
Welcome back, Chaotic Contingency versus Purple Noise. Purple Noise winning on Forest of Neverwell, of course. Looking forward and going to this second game of the series, of course, to see who's going to go on the rest of the winners bracket, actually.
Yeah.
Potentially get
still a shot even
position
for the one who loses here. However, they're going to have a couple of matches ahead of them still to make it into the Pro League. The 2v2 fight going on that quarry node. Mid is going to be the main target here. Completely undefended cap on the waterfall. No aggressive push from Chaotic to that point. So mid is going to be the one to watch, and especially Cole Summers, who's already getting quite a beating from 3 people.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to have to be very careful here. Carver should be able to come in and offer him up some support, though, here as well. And actually, we've got quite a lot of action happening over on the other side of the map, on the quarry. We've got an Elementalist in each team fight, like in each skirmish. So it's going to be interesting to see which one is going to be providing the best support here. We've got Prototype and also Gary in here. Just 2v2 versus Viper, and also for Honey as well. So Honey's there to get rid of those conditions, of course. So, you know, both teams doing a good job and actually in their matchup. Badaka's over here as well, over on the quarry as well. As 2 Rangers just going up against each other at midpoint, you know, there's not really much point in that happening. We've actually got the red team Elementalists over on the opposite side of the map, and that's not where they want him at the moment. Completely not at all. So I actually didn't think, you know, they've moved out from the sides, got the decap, but they lost the kill because they've not got the man in those fights. And look at what's happened here, because they've not got that Elementalist for support. They're going to lose 3 members.
The rotation was brilliant for them, but not with the right people.
Yeah, it was a good idea. They moved the wrong people. Exactly. Like they could have like moved. They can't move NG mid. They had. It was pretty horrible actually. If I'm just honest here. I mean, we saw, there you go as well. Big cooldown, just absolutely wasted from Loz there. He was so low HP, desperation really. I mean, you know, not such a massive cooldown though in the end, you know, still got 20 seconds. So maybe he just thought, screw it, I'm just going to risk it. And now we see the 2 cap on the snowball map of Forest, of Legacy of Fova.
I would be very surprised if we don't see a dead Prototype in just a matter of seconds before even the quick engage is going to start. And we have Honey there. Honey is able to hold out against 2 people for at least a little bit. But with the dead Prototype on the other side, and there we go. Down he goes. That's all she wrote. 3 people now with the ability to focus on Tiki, but maybe... Oh, lost from the side.
Got it.
Is that going to be a last second ditch effort? Tiki also
Tiki as well.
should coming
be
in. Poison on there, but the damage is not going to be enough. That
cooldown
saved the entire situation there.
Yeah, I mean, at least Loz got into Celestial Avatar as well. That's why I jumped straight into him. I could see him coming across the map. Cole Summers on the other side of the map, and Honey. Whoa, they're 2 support here. I mean, they're going to be able to hold on forever. But I feel like Red Team could just dip someone over to mid and at least get the decap and plus up on the other side, or just come back. I mean, maybe even Prototype.
It depends.
They need something. They need to do something because they're not getting anything at the moment.
Well, they're going for the big push. They're going for the kill on Viper. Focus now back switched on him. He was a little bit out of position there. Nothing really coming in terms of support because no one's supporting here. Carver now just trying to save himself. He's going to hold off the forces running into that midpoint for a while. But if they can get just a little bit of lockdown on them, healing turret comes down. We have Badaka rotating into that from the other side.
I mean, it's exactly like you said, you know. I mean, they've actually got the decap here. Garen does go down in the end, because in the end, I think, you know, they had so much might stacking damage from this combination. They were never going to lose this fight. They were never going to die. And now Red Team are coming in to back that up. And now they have the one member. Blue Team members starting to respawn and come back into the map. Prototype's mid 1v2. Loz is just watching out because now they've got that far point. Respawns are out though. Rev moves to mid. Viper's going to be going for a kill here potentially. Although Carver very low himself actually. With Cole Summers on the other side of the map. You know, he's not going to be coming up.
But cute. Ranger just with a laser pointer. Pew pew. I'm going to kill you.
But oh, such a rescue!
That might have actually been the preparation needed.
So close.
Being able to get this storm there. Res is there instantly. And the follow-up damage is just going to bring Prototype down. Moved himself into a situation where he got the first down. But you also need to think about the situations afterwards. Oh, they're just letting up.
What?
They're just what?
Let's go for the next kill. Oh no! He's got it well underhand. Viper goes in with the staff and just absolutely takes Siki out. They didn't even. They had it well under control, maybe, or maybe just thought.
They did.
You know what? We need to watch out for this guy. As Loz does not have search and rescue up. 7 seconds left.
I just want to imagine that was a situation where they just heard the call from Viper. Wait, give me a second. I got this. And just finish him off immediately. Nice move. Cole Summers down on the quarry, but it might even be a rest from Viper. Garion not enough. And why is there an over-rotation from Badaka? Maybe a bit much, 3 people for that.
Yeah, but now
considering
the
reinforcements coming in.
Yeah, that's true. Respawn's coming out as well. They need to watch out though mid as they leave it open.
Oh, good movement actually.
Honey's not even in this. She doesn't need to help support. You know, the Ranger's got enough apparently. Our love member's also very self-sufficient to a degree as well. Necro probably not being the most, although they still may have Reaper Shroud as well.
I have to say I apologize for criticizing the 3-man over to the far north because they just read chaotic like a book.
Easy, yeah. I mean, chaotic.
Very quick 4-man push into that. But maybe even the 4-man defense is not quite enough. Cole Summers in the down. He can't save himself in that situation, sadly, and 3 people immediately disengaging. But still the advantage on the map and in terms of points as well.
They're going to move back over towards mid waterfall here. They need the next kill. They need to send also someone. Maybe they're just going to keep. They're going to keep Honey out of it because obviously they're losing a lot at the moment from what's going on in terms of her being over on waterfall. She knows that. She's well aware. And now Cole Summers comes out as well. But Darker, low HP, has many conditions on him, but he's going to get out of this, and that's a good job from him. I actually feel like maybe even just someone should just put a few more conditions on him so they could run through that door and have to wait a little bit of time there. Necro as well. The Prototype in a fair bit of trouble here. Does have his spectral armor up. Should be okay for the moment. Reaper Shroud as well coming back up quite soon.
Swap out on the waterfall, Badaka now, and then we're going to have the support again in the big team fight. Honey immediately there to give some support over on that side note fight. We had a Prototype always under so much trouble. Under so much pressure.
The Necros. I mean, we saw it as well from Slinger. You know, he was always under pressure. I mean, he's one of the main targets for sure. The other targets easy.
But Darker seems to be handling it a bit better, or, well, support of his team also getting him out of these situations. We had a bit of mispositioning from him from time to time, but still.
Prototype this time over on the waterfall, unfortunately not able to help out his compadre here, and this could be the beginning of, not even the beginning of the end, because it's only second game and they lost the first one. But this is going to be them out of the winners bracket if they do not pull it together in this final half of the game. There's 7 minutes and 10 seconds left. They've just gone under halfway. Still a chance to come back, but with a free cap and 340 points on the legacy of the Qualifier. You can't really give it to him on this snowball map, to be honest.
It gives the added pressure of them being able to just say, nah, we're going Lord Kill now. Cole Sumbers was the focus target, but they're just going to turn it around on Garon. No! He gets the heal up, Everyone continues to damage, but look, there's just every time someone saves themselves or gets saved with support, they immediately have a second person from Chaotic in trouble. There's always at least 2 people just running for their lives.
Yeah, they don't. It doesn't. They've got like the support there. Look at the damage. Look at the coordination there by Purple Noise. That's really good from them. I mean, you know, Viper is porting. He's porting onto some nice targets. You know, it can sound like an obvious thing to say, but they're picking up their targets very well. They're going for the follow-up kills. They obviously don't need to worry about the caps at the moment because Loz is still coming back in from respawn. And at the moment, you know, I mean, the prototype is just getting away like a boss there, to be honest, as well. I mean, we saw Tiki coming in with some great support, which is why he was able to do that in the first place. Trying to support and heal as much as possible. Tiki, obviously, we're seeing him play Ranger in the past, many different things. Good multi-classer himself. The prototype...
But it feels a bit like Chaotic Contingency
it's
are
very chaotic.
letting... that too, but they are also just letting Purple Noise get away with that style of team fighting. With a style of team fighting where if someone's down, they don't care about the down. They just go on to the next person, put enough pressure onto enough people that they don't even think about the rest, that they just can't commit to the rest without running the risk of just falling by the wayside themselves. In theory, that would result normally into on a good coordinated rest by lots of people and a bit of spam of support into the midst, but that's not really happening. It's just damage here. Okay, he's down, move on to the next one. Then that person is running instead of a coordinated group fight. So the pressure is just there. Purple Noise with the really, really good showing here against Chaotic Contingency.
Yeah, good job from those guys. Okay.
Oh, and guess what? They're in Pro League. That just happened.
Yes, they are in Pro League. Indeed. That was in the semi-final as well. Yeah, because I had the extra bracket there. We probably didn't hype that up enough.
No.
Let's go back to the bracket and explain that.
Yeah.
I think it's because, you know, we just don't have this double elimination. So, as Nick said, well picked up there as well. Thank God you're here. That we are going to see winner bracket finals. Those 2 teams, like I said before, not going to fight each other. Purple Noise are our first team. I mean, Orange Logo, you would assume, also went through. We do need to double check that, of course.
But
and make
maybe,
sure
just maybe, the crash is actually with them.
Yeah. Have a look.
Well, no results thus far. So, well, you're watching a video, so I mean, we might tell you in the next one, or in a couple of minutes.
We will probably.
But in theory, you could already Google if Orange Low and maybe the crash be with you. What turned out there, but that would be no fun. You want the tournament experience, I guess. I hope.
Okay. Well, on that note, we're probably going to hit the lower bracket quite soon. Unless the whole tournament is over and we missed the other stuff. But it's been a pretty crazy tournament so far. We'll be back either way to discuss what else has been going on.